Sometimes to move forward, first you have to look back. Ford's history in rallying has spanned decades and produced some incredible action, dynamic driver partnerships, historic victories, disappointments and delights along the way. It is here at Rally Catalunya, the final round of the 2012 season, that the team will put on their Ford overalls for the last time. Many of the mechanics, engineers and team personnel have witnessed great moments over the years. We find out what their favourites have been.
I think my best memory is quite simple. That's the victory with Colin in Safari Rally and me fifth. Everybody in the pool. Big party, and I think that is maybe the best memory I have. You know, it was a special moment, and first victory with the Ford also with the Focus and the Colin, so it was great.
Undoubtedly, New Zealand 2006 when we won the World Championship. That was an incredible moment which I'll never ever forget.
Winning the World Championship after 27 years, New Zealand 2006. It's just an incredible moment to think that all the years that I've been competing and then running the team, and then to get that happen was just a dream.
Everybody had waited such a long time for that moment, and when it finally came, it was quite a special moment for the whole team, for everybody.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely incredible. I mean, I remember being in Australia before we went to New Zealand. And that was the first time it really sunk into me that, hey, we could win the Manufacturers' Championship here. And I almost remember having a tear in my eye for it, because it was such a big thing, you know. It's to win the World Championship and be the best in the world at the sport that you're involved with. I think it's a fantastic thing.
Emotions were fairly high, weren't they? We haven't won for so long, innit? But for me, it was the first time. And for, well, most of the team, most people in the team, I think. I do remember being on the phone. Quite emotional to my mum and dad.
Marco, it's the final rally for the Ford World Rally team here in Spain. Now, you spent a good many years here. What were your best moments?
I think there's been really sort of high points that have been really fantastic. There's been some low points that were not so nice, but there's been a lot of fun on the way and stuff like that. So I think it was, all in all, I think 3 fantastic years.
You mentioned fun. We've been looking at some of the archive footage, especially of you and Beef onboard footage, where he would be trying desperately to make you laugh. We've seen the Scottish impersonations that he did, but he did so much more. What was it like in the car with Beef? Because he really did have a massively professional attitude, but there was a massive sense of fun to him as well.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he didn't really want to do it because he thought he's gonna look unprofessional. Doing that. Really funny, I must say. It was impossible to drive almost because my eyes were full of tears. So it was a interesting moment, and I'm glad it's on tape somewhere.
5 left, 6 right, 25 right.
A lot of good moments for me. Really important ones are when we come with a brand new car. But in 06, was a great moment. We had a new car again. We had to do 9 months, completely new, and Marcus sat in it and won Monte Carlo and then won Sweden. Getting Marcus straight in a new car and won the first 2 rally, but as well won the championship that year and won the championship the year after. So really, working with Marcus, that was our strongest moment. We had the best car, we had the best driver, and we won the championship.
What I would lift as a high moment, for sure, victory in 2008 in Rally Sweden when I became the youngest ever won the WRC event. Also victory in Rally Finland 2010. That was very important moment on my career.
The most memorable one in terms of breaking records was the 75th win in 2010 in Rally New Zealand. I mean, that was a very special moment because it was a milestone for Ford in the WRC.
It was quite a difficult event for us, and certainly, but all the cars were quite close, and going into the final stage, I think there was maybe 3 people who were able to win the rally on that stage. I think Jari Matti was just over 6 seconds behind going into it. Realistically, we probably didn't think that we were able to take the win. When I think Sebastian Ogier came to the control, it was clear he'd made a mistake of some sort. We obviously didn't know how much time he'd lost, but then when Jari Matti came through and had done enough with the stage time, then it was quite a good feeling.
People who are coming into rallying for the first time and looking back and seeing legends like Colin McRae and Carlos Sainz back in the day, you worked with them both, George.
Yeah, and they're just normal people.
To you, of course, but they're right up there. What was it like working with them both?
Carlos was such a professional, dedicated person and would test all day and all night if he thought there was something else still to be achieved. Colin was more just of the natural, raw talent, and would drive around obstacles and hit obstacles and whatever. But they were 2 totally different people, but they worked well together.
The split surface event of Spain is always a challenge, with the first day on gravel and the final 2 on asphalt. The mechanics will work hard on Friday evening to change the gravel spec Ford Fiesta RS WRC to tarmac. Both Petter and Jari Matti are keen to see the final event out on a high.
The championships are already decided, but we are still a bit fight for the 3rd place with Mats Östberg, so we are fighting for that.
We want a very good finish, and I think both of us, when we have talked, we have a little bit of a dream. 1st and 2nd would be fantastic. So in which order? This time I hope it's me. So.
With over 275 events under their belt, just one remains. The Ford World Rally team are ready for their final outing.